Hey, thanks for checking out EskimoTV. I'm your host, Jason Escamilla.
And I'm your co-host, Chelsea McDonald.
And today we're going to be talking about the third installment in the Thor series, Thor Ragnarok, which is directed by Taika Waititi. And this movie stars Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hiddleston, Cate Blanchett, Mark Ruffalo, and Tessa Thompson. In this movie, we see that Hela is the antagonist who is threatening to destroy Thor's home, Asgard, and all of its inhabitants. While this is happening, Thor is a prisoner in another world and is in a race against time to get back and save his home. Thor must overcome several obstacles, including a reluctant battle against his friend the Hulk, if he wishes to defeat Hela and save Asgard. What did you think about this movie?
I thought it was great. Fantastic superhero movie.
Yeah.
And I think the comedy was definitely on point. For it being a PG-13 movie, there's like a certain level of stuff that you have to avoid.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like with Deadpool. Deadpool was rated R, and they have a lot more material they can work with when it comes to the comedy. So for it being PG-13, I think it was like absolutely hilarious, and it was funny, it was great, and it was spectacular, every positive word I could think of.
Yeah, no, I definitely thought that the comedy worked in this movie. I think with superhero movies, this comedy path that some superhero movies are taking, like Deadpool and now this one, I like it because superhero movies are one of those movies that it's hard to really weave suspense into the movie because we know the superhero is going to win. They're not going to have the superhero die at the end of the movie. So we never feel like our main character's in any sort of real danger. And so if they can't really have us in suspense as to how this character is going to defeat the villain, having comedy weave throughout the film makes us feel like we're going on a fun adventure where we can laugh at certain things that these characters are doing, and it's fun to watch them use their superpowers as they go through their adventure.
Right.
So I really enjoyed the comedy in this movie.
One of the actors that I really liked in this movie was Cate Blanchett. She played Hela, and I thought that was a fantastic acting choice on the behalf of the casting directors and just the directors in general.
Yeah.
Because not only did she just take this character off of from a comic book and off paper, she made this character into someone that has a backstory, that has ambition, that has a goal in life.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing. By far, I think, in terms of supervillains, I think this is probably on the top of my list for supervillains.
Yeah, definitely one of the best female villains that we've had. So I liked Hela. I liked her character. I thought she was great. It was a little misleading to introduce her as the villain coming off of Thor: The Dark World, because we did see in the ending scene that Loki took on the look of Odin, which made us to believe that this next Thor film would be about Thor trying to get back Odin and that Loki would be the villain. However, it seemed like the writers, though, were like, scratch that. Let's just introduce this other plot.
Yeah.
Which, because this plot was so good, I didn't mind that. But it almost makes me feel like these ending scenes that we get, what if they're just kind of irrelevant because the writers want to do something else later? But I liked Hela's character, and I thought that she was solid. There's a scene where she's telling us about her history, and we see that she's explaining this history about her life to one of her henchmen or a guard that's there with her. And she's talking to this guard, but it's very clear that the writers put this in there so that way they could communicate her history to us through this monologue that she does. And so I enjoyed the monologue, but definitely was very apparent that that's what they were doing.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the scenes that I really liked was the one where, at the very beginning, where he's like talking with this skull-headed lava creature, and he's just hanging from a chain. You know, it's supposed to be very serious, very serious.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you just see him, the camera pans back to him, and his back is turned. He goes, hold on, wait, hold on, hold on. And the entire room in that theater was just in tears. We were laughing so hard at that.
It was so funny because you don't expect that from a superhero movie. You expect during these serious moments that it's just going to be epic, and this kind of goes against the typical formula where the servants do just like, oh, well, okay, and like the suspense music just cuts off as Thor begins to talk. And I like that aspect of it. There's another scene near the end of that one where he calls his hammer, and he's like, oh, wait, I didn't time that right. And the movie just kind of makes fun of itself and just typical superhero movies
Right.
where you expect everything, like the timing to be perfect. And we had an awesome action sequence. I like the beginning action sequence as well.
Yeah, definitely. Some of the scenes that we need to I need to talk about is like the cameos.
Yeah.
The cameos were just fantastic. Like, I wasn't expecting to see Doctor Strange, who's played by Benedict Cumberbatch. Bow to his greatness. I didn't expect to see him in that, and then I saw him, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's Benedict Cumberbatch! It's Doctor Strange!"
Yeah.
And I was really excited about that. And another cameo that was like super
Doctor Strange
important.
is cool.
Yeah, another cameo that's important to the Marvel universe is the appearance of Stan Lee. You know, and as everyone knows, Stan Lee has a cameo in all the Marvel movies because it's Stan Lee and he's awesome. And I think by far this is probably one of the best Stan Lee cameos I've ever seen.
Yeah, I liked it.
He had that weird machine and he was like this crazy hairdresser.
Yeah.
And Thor was all like, "Don't cut my hair!"
Yeah, what'd you think about Thor's haircut?
I liked it. Like, I understand why they kept it long because in Norse mythology and just Norse history in general, it was a symbol of wealth, health, and just a symbol of masculinity for a guy to have a long beard and long hair.
Yeah.
And the fact that in this movie they gave him a short haircut, it made him look like a more modern superhero, which was awesome on their part.
Yeah, definitely. I like Thor's short haircut. It definitely makes him look more clean and, like you said, a modern superhero. And so, if you do plan on watching this movie, there are 2 ending scenes, and so definitely stick around till the end of the credits. There's one secret scene after the animated credits, and then there's another scene after the black and white credits roll. And so, definitely stick around for those 2 scenes. What are you going to give this movie?
For a superhero movie, I'm going to give it an A+.
Yeah, I love this movie too. For me, I love this movie a lot. For me, I think like Deadpool and the Spider-Man Homecoming film that came out earlier this year were a little bit more of a fun adventure for me to go on. I'm going to give this movie, though, an A. I really enjoyed it.
Definitely.
So, have you seen Thor Ragnarok? If you have, let us know what you thought about it in the comments. And as always, if you enjoyed this review, like this video and subscribe to EskimoTV, where you can definitely look forward to more icy and chilly EskimoTV reviews.
Live long and prosper.